Hello YouTube, this is my first attempt at a car awning. I'm actually going to Timberline this weekend and was hoping for something to set up in the parking lot to be out of the shade. But again, I'm only using things that I already own. The top brace was a PVC pipe that I had as part of a garden that I'm no longer using. And you can see it is definitely bending a little bit, so that is definitely not rigid enough. This whole thing would probably be good enough for a sunshade, but not really great for rain. You can imagine the rain would be pooling up in there. The tarp is actually from an old dog tent that I had made, and the poles are my wife's homemade roof rack for her Forester. So again, I just threw these together. You can see I even have it staked in with just screwdrivers to test it out for now. I do have stakes in the house, but I didn't want to go get them, so probably good enough for some sun. I don't know. It would get you out of the rain, but it'd probably start pooling up on the top, so I'm going to end up back at the drawing board and trying to figure this out more. Hello YouTube. I'm on my way to Timberline Four Seasons Resort. Just sitting here with cruise control on the highway. It's about a 4-hour drive, so I'm going to get in close to midnight, meeting a friend out tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. For some downhill mountain biking. And since I'm pulling in so late, I'm kind of going to quasi-stealth camp. Quasi-stealth camp because it's a very relaxed resort, and as far as I know, they let you just sleep in the parking lot, camp in the parking lot, whatever you want to do. So that's where I'm going. It's not a very busy mountain, so I'm expecting to be alone. But there is a mountain bike festival happening very close by. So who knows, I may not be the only one with this idea. The mountain itself has nothing to do with the mountain bike festival as far as I can tell from the website. But hey, maybe there'll be people there camping and I can just pull in and unfortunately, I'm not set up yet. I have all of my things in the back, but I haven't set them up. So when I get there, I am going to have to spend some time setting it up. But you know what? It was just way too hot in Richmond. The humidity is just crazy right now and sticky and nasty. So I really didn't want to be setting it up and sweating. I'd rather wait till I get out there in the mountains where the weather's a little bit cooler and the humidity is a little bit lower. But I'll share with you as I go my setup, how it works out. There's not a lot of amenities around that mountain. It's a small mountain, so I'm planning on trying some new food recipes with non-perishable items. I'll let you know how those go, and yeah, just go ahead and I'll fill you in. And I have some new things on my setup, so I'll cover those, and stay tuned. We'll see you soon. So I just pulled in. It's 11:30. Just as I thought, I'm the only one in the lot. You can see it's pretty pitch black here. But check this out. When I left Richmond, it was about 80, 90 degrees with like nasty humidity. Look at that. 51 degrees. Alright, good morning. This is my humble abode. So you can see I have cut out some cardboard that fits into the windows for privacy. The other side of the window is painted black. I'll show you that from the outside. So from the outside, it just looks like tinted windows. Now, this one's a little cool because as I cut out the cardboard, it's got a handle, and that allows me a little peephole so that I can see at night. See, this morning this car pulled up and some people talking outside, so I just took a peek. But yep, all the way around. Up here is a little phone holder that I got from Five Below, and I clip my phone into there at night, and it's a little entertainment center. And I could also clip, I'm going to get some carabiners. I could clip some keys and things like that. Right now I have them hanging right there from that hook, but Yeah, I could clip some other stuff to this as well. I normally have a yellow strap that I thought was in my car, but it wasn't. So I just used this rope that I used to tie up the mattresses with. Now, in the front, I got this little privacy curtain, sort of bungeed and tucked in a little bit. This is actually an old sheet. The top of the sheet had like a pouch, like a curtain does, that I could just slide that bungee through. I did have to knot it just to make it a little tighter, but it works fairly well. Might consider something that's you see there's a little bit of light coming through there, which means I guess possibly if I'm watching TV or something like that and someone were looking in the front, they might be able to see that little glow back here. But I might get like a or add something to that actually blocks out a little bit more light, like, I don't know, maybe a shower curtain on the back side or something like that. But also, I want to find something that's going to clip into the top there where you see that tucked in, because it's just too far forward. It's using the handles that are above the passenger and driver's seat, but it's just a little too far forward. I want it back a little bit more. Although where it is now, I guess is nice too, because I could open up the moonroof and kind of gaze up if I wanted to. So you can see, I mean, the flashlight to the camera here came on automatically because it's dark enough in here. I mean, it's 8 o'clock, 8:30 in the morning. So, but that flashlight came on because it's dark in here. So it was really nice because I could sleep in a little bit without the light waking me up. But pretty cool. So here's what those shades look like from the outside. I mean, you can't even see if you go up close that it's covered up. It just looks like completely black windows. Curtain back there is the one little thing that I think I want to toy around with. And I might add some of that Reflectix to the back of those window shades. I see a lot of people doing that online. I don't know if it makes a difference, but I think it would be nice to help kind of cover up some of the little cracks around the corners with the Reflectix, so that would be good. So, yep, there we go. Now I gotta find a place to pee. I'll tell you what, that little bunkhouse down there in the middle of the night with it pitch black, that thing was like a little spooky haunted house. It had this weird light shining on it, and it was just like the softest, it was picking up the softest little light that just kind of made it glow a little bit. And it's just like a spooky little ghost town type thing. But I do know that they rent out rooms in there like $20 a night for the guys who ride here. I had to stay there alone one time, and downstairs there was music playing, and I know I was the only one there. There was a light on. The vent hole in the floor was cut out and missing, so I could like see down in there from the top, and I'm looking around to see if there's anybody moving, but there was nobody moving, and the music was blasting all night. And it looked like somebody had taken a garage sale and just thrown it all over the floor. It was really messy. I'm assuming it was some kind of homeless person or something, but I still, to this day, I don't know. But yeah, as I was walking to find a place to go to the bathroom, I saw these signs. I did not see those before, so I'm gonna have to check with the guys up in Timberline to make sure it's okay that I stay here. I was planning to stay here again next weekend, but I just want to make sure it's okay and want to follow the rules if I can. So the door to their little bunkhouse was open. It's that spooky building. So I'm pretty sure in the back here there's a toilet. Awesome. Mission accomplished. You know what's funny about those parking signs, no parking, overnight parking signs, is I pulled in here last night and this whole lot was pitch black. There was not a single light. And, you know, as I pulled in, I'm like, you can see where I'm parked here. There's those signs. There's where I'm parked. It was so dark in here last night. There was not a light in this lot. I couldn't see it. It's actually a new sign as well. There's no way I'd be able to see that. And then I actually noticed, if you can see here, these two white little dots back here, those are no overnight parking signs too. So they used to rent out that bunkhouse, so I'm very surprised by that. I have to ask the guys. Who knows? Well, I slept comfortably anyway. I think I pulled in late enough that it really wasn't a problem. Plus, you know, I wasn't making any noise, just quiet, but my car was parked, so. Another thing I added was I had this old Action Pack container, and I don't even know if you could buy this anymore. I think this thing, it's got to be 20 years old. But, you know, I kind of am using it for a pantry, so I'll pull that out and I'll show you what I got in there. So I'm using this just to kind of keep everything together. Normally my food is just all in bags and or in a cooler, but today I tried to go without any kind of refrigeration. So just stuff that, you know, needs to stay in the car. That's it. So paper towel rolls. Hold on a second here. All right, paper towel rolls. Here's a little cake pan that I picked up from the dollar store. So $1. I thought I would use this as my new plate. Also, I like how it's a little bowl action going on too. And so if needed, I could use it as a bowl. And actually, I'm going to use it because one of the recipes that I'll show you later, I want to try to present nicely in this bowl rather than just plopping it all together. So I'll show you that later. And just ingredients for my recipes. I'll go through those a little bit later. I'm trying this energy drink. I like Monsters, or Red Bulls are my favorite as well, but I got this from the dollar store, so it was like half the price, but I'm gonna give it a try. We'll see. This here was a free Friday from Kroger, so if you have a Kroger near you and you're not part of that program, every Friday they just give something away for free, and it was this little water, flavored water, coconut. We'll try it. Can't beat the price. And again, a previous week I got this guy for free, so figured it. I don't drink this stuff a lot at home, but figured it'd be a good treat for this weekend. Got my skillet. It's a very small one. You see, it's only about size bigger than a little bigger than my hand here, but that'll be perfect for what I need it for today. My favorite little cup here. Again, I can cook on this thing too. It's metal. Has a little spork in there. You can see here, got my cook burner, some baby wipes. Something spilled. I see some water at the bottom there. I gotta figure out what that was. And I wonder what it was that spilled. Hopefully nothing important. But everything here looks filled that I had liquid in. Anyway, I'll figure that out. Hopefully it's not like condensation or something. I got 2 little eggs. Part of my breakfast this morning. And some sausage hash. Never had it before. Figured I'd give it a try. That's what that skillet's for. But yeah. All my food, cooked stuff, all fits in there nicely. So I'll see what that leak is and fill you in. It appears that this little energy drink, even though it looks sealed, somehow leaked. My guess is while I was driving, the pressure change caused it to pop. So, well, I'll go ahead and empty it out, give it a little clean out. But that's a bummer. That can just popped. Oh, look at this. Got a visitor this morning. Hey, puppy. All right. Gonna make some coffee, and then I'll go through some of the recipes that I had for this weekend, because as I'm riding, I don't know if I'll have time to break down the recipes, but I'll start off this morning by going through them, and then let you know how they come out. All right, coffee's on. So figured I would just quickly tell you what I'm using here. The bottom stove is just a little $20 Coleman stove that I got from Walmart probably last year or the year before. The top just screws into a propane tank, and then it has a base. You know, it's not the most compact thing. I got it specifically for car camping. Oh, this is my morning buddy, and now he sees some other dogs over there. So off she goes to... Anyway, and then, yeah, it works well. It's sturdy. It's a one burner type pot system, but you know, I might eventually look for something that compacts down a little bit better, because with the base and the top unscrewing and not really folding up, it's sort of bulky, but you know what, it's what I got, so it works. This is my favorite. I got this for camping. It's just a titanium pot. I think I got it from backcountry.com. That is great. You know, I can use it to heat up my water, and I'm gonna put a little wire on the top so I could even hang it from a chain over a campfire if I need to. And you see it has a little bit of soot on it. I've used it on campfires before. And then my little spork that I got from REI that I kind of cut down to fit inside the pot. But yeah, I got it for backpacking and things like that, although I don't do much of that, but it's nice. I like it. So coffee's on. So for coffee, I have this French vanilla creamer, which is normally what I like to drink with my coffee. That's dollar store creamer. You know, normally it's actually kind of expensive to buy powdered creamer at the grocery store, but dollar store it's $1. So I figured I'll try that out, see if I like it. And then I'm just using Maxwell House dehydrated coffee, instant coffee. Again, you know, with that kind of coffee, I like my coffee a little stronger, so it could be as strong as you like it. Just keep adding more if it's not strong enough. So, and I don't really mind too much. But yeah, that's my coffee drink. Alright, so what I'm having for breakfast is some sausage hash I got at Walmart, 2 eggs over easy, and some toast. So this is the new thing here that I'm trying, and also I was trying to see if how I could pack some eggs so they won't break, and they seem to be good. I actually kind of vacuum sealed that bag just by sucking the air out of it, and then put them in a container, so hopefully they bounce around a little bit less, and if they break inside the bag. It's not a big deal. Alright, there we have it. I kind of cut all the servings in half. I had brought 2 slices of bread, 2 eggs, but I noticed as I was pulling out that hash, which smelled like dog food when I opened the can, to be honest. We'll see how it tastes after it's cooked up a bit. But yeah, I figured half of that can was enough for me. I'm not a big breakfast eater, so kind of just trying to do this so that I can have a day of riding without being hungry. But normally I can't eat until about noon. So anyway, I'll get out of there. My meal. I'll give you a review when I'm done eating. All right, so quick review. The pan that I got from the dollar store, little cake pan here, that thing was great. It's since it's a cake pan, it's a little bit of a non-stick surface, so cleanup was super easy. Just had to really wipe it out and baby wipe it. It's good to go. The dollar store creamer, again, very happy with that. The coffee tastes great. I have no complaints at all. For $1, you can't go wrong for some powdered creamer. It's much finer grit. Let's see if you can see here. Well, not really, but it's a much finer grit than typical other powders that I've had. But it works. It's good. The sausage hash, wasn't a big fan. I didn't dislike it. but you know, when I opened up the can and it immediately smelled like dog food, that kind of turned me off a little bit. Cooked it up, it tasted okay, but honestly I'd rather just have a sausage patty or a little ham patty or slice of ham and make with the same ingredients, make a little egg sandwich, or some bacon and make a bacon egg sandwich. I actually ended up taking the toast I had and folding the hash and egg into a little taco type thing and eating it that way. But I wouldn't cook it again, and honestly, since I'm only here one night, I might put this in a little corner for my dog buddy who came by earlier. Overall, again, I would just make a few different adjustments, but I wouldn't do the hash again. Wasn't that great. Alright, so here's what I got for lunch that I'm going to try. I've got some corn tortillas that I'm actually going to fry up in the skillet using some rendered bacon grease that I brought along to just kind of help it crisp up a little bit. I'm going to have a chicken breast here, and it's going to be seasoned with this chipotle peppers and adobo sauce. This is a little can that I buy from the grocery store that I blend up using a recipe that is a copycat for Qdoba chicken. I use this at home to make these tacos, and it's amazing. But then there I use, you know, real chicken breast, so kind of interested to see how it comes out with this canned chicken breast. But this sauce is actually so good, I don't think I'll be able to tell the difference. So, all right, and that will be making little tacos, and then on top is some salsa. Again, this is the stuff I use at home, but this is a nice small little 7-ounce can that can be a one-off, you know, just enough for a group of tacos. I'm hoping my buddy will want to have lunch with me here rather than at a restaurant. So as we're riding, there is a restaurant in the ski resort. But actually, speaking of that, just as an aside, it is almost 10 o'clock and not a single car yet. The lift isn't running. Making me a little nervous. This place is so lax. The good thing about a lax place is they let you do stuff like this usually. The bad part is sometimes they don't show up to work on time, I guess. So anyway, back to the recipe. I normally put fresh cilantro on there, but I found this at the dollar store. So it's cilantro leaves dehydrated. So we're going to see how that goes with the tacos. So awesome. I will let you know how that turns out. Alright, so for dinner, my plan is, this is why I bought this little pan here, is I was camping with my daughter last weekend, and I bought this as one of my quick lunches before we left the campsite. So this is just Dinty Moore beef stew, and I was telling her I kind of enjoyed it. It wasn't that bad, and I was just kind of scoping out the can, and I saw this recipe for easy shepherd's pie, and I love shepherd's pie at home. It is, just add this get this 20-ounce can of stew, add some mashed potatoes, and then, cook, basically. So I was thinking these little guys that we also bought but didn't eat, mashed potatoes, the base. It's a nice little shepherd's pie. So I figured I'd try it out, see how that goes. I wouldn't have bought the applewood smoked bacon flavored for shepherd's pie. We bought that as a mashed potato side that we never ate. But I'm going to try this one out for dinner as well. Let you know how it goes. Well, Timberline did not pay their electric bill this winter and was shut down. So, no downhill for us there. We did make it out to Bryce Mountain for half a day of riding, which was okay. But, since we only had a half day, we actually rode through lunch. But I wanted to try those tacos out, so I had them at the end of the day. And I will say that is a 5 out of 5 for me. It was great. Normally, you know how canned chicken has sort of a different texture, slightly different flavor. That adobo chipotle sauce, chipotle peppers and adobo sauce is so good that it just completely covers it up and you can't even tell. So I might actually do a review on that entire recipe and kind of show what I did and how I cooked it. But one large can of chicken breast was enough for 4 to 5 tacos with a generous portion of meat in there. And then I didn't know if I was going to like the dried cilantro, but it was actually pretty good. So actually on my way home now, cruising along the highway, probably about an hour from home. So I'll finish it up here. See you next time.